This podcast features adults using adult language. You have been warned.
That's great. That's great news.
So
I can go home, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great adventure.
Thus endeth Omin's story.
One check. It all came down to one dex check.
Yeah. The
So we
next thing that
recognize
happens
he's not here.
is you guys are sort of
No, you just keep
hanging
moving.
out in your digs.
Yeah.
And Piero the gnome comes running in.
Oh, shit.
He's the narrator.
What's up?
And he says,
You're up!
your cleric got run over.
Wait, I've heard this one.
Got run over by what?
By a stagecoach.
I don't get it.
That's not a
Got
joke.
run over
That's
by a
not funny.
stagecoach. Who?
He actually got run over by a coach.
Who did?
Your cleric.
Is he dead?
They took his body to the temple of
His
Timora.
Body?
His body.
Do we know what Chimera is?
No.
Sounds
we know
some
where it
kind
is?
So Chimera is like a lion and a snake. You know what I
Kiera,
mean?
now is the time for your speed. Lead us!
When you wake up, you're inside this temple being tended to by clerics. And you see this.
I've seen it before.
You see this No, you've never been in here before. You see this statue over you of this beautiful woman, her stone hand sort of over your head. And
Does it look like a Vondra at all?
yes,
Whoa.
it looks like her absolutely. It's like she has come for you in this stone effigy to bring you back from the dead.
Well, I'm going to reach up toward the hand that's reaching out from the statue.
All right. You sort of press your hand up against hers, and you feel a warmth and kinship you have not felt since landing in this world.
This is really convenient. It seemed like it was going to be a huge problem, but I think everything's going to be okay.
And one of the priests says, we had to remove your liver.
What? Why would you do that?
To discover what a liver is.
We honestly did not know
We
what
did
it
not
was.
know there were livers.
We were really surprised to see it in there.
You invented the liver.
Just kidding. He says, you're fine.
Thanks. All right, good. I use that all the time.
Timora
we
be
should probably
praised.
go in guns blazing, right?
Well, so,
I kicked that door in. Give us our cleric!
Fireball! Fireball!
on our way over there, I established. Do you guys have
All right.
his power of attorney? Because if not,
Omin said it
good
was
point.
illegal to have power of attorney.
if you could sign something, I could help. If you could, like, effectively witness me
Man,
having
that would be so. Look at this guy.
because somebody's going to need to make certain choices about his estate.
Life choices.
Yeah,
I know he wants to die,
yeah. There's a quality of life. Really? Okay.
even if he's like resuscitatable. He said he wants to die.
Yeah.
I remember him saying that.
I do remember that.
He said even if he's not hurt real bad.
Even if he is perfectly fine and actually upright.
Yeah.
Do you fireball the temple of Timora?
Is I
No,
gonna
I've
use
heard-
one of my daily spells? I'm not gonna waste on that, but I will.
right.
I will. He kicks in the door, and I'll throw a ray of frost in there.
All right.
Right. So, but I know now, right? I know
Yeah.
what's up.
Yes.
I'm going to hold person on Jim Darkmagic.
All right.
Whoa.
It's a test, right?
Oh,
it's
sure.
It's a test to
Just
verify
see if you got your mojo.
the new connection.
Right.
And like my hand is still physically like touching, like one arm is like around the leg of this statue.
Hugging it.
Give him up, you sons of bitches!
Dude, we need to alter the ray
I
of frost so that it's a solid ray of doves. Like you're just buffeted by doves.
I just started knocking over really expensive statues and vases.
All right.
I just come in, I'm like, ah!
I only have one.
Is there a
Upend the-
table? I
upend the
really want to
pews.
flip a table.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Flip
good
a
call.
pew.
Jim, just make a wisdom saving throw for me. That's a D20 with your wisdom modifier.
The DC when I cast those spells
Yeah.
is 16.
That's what
It's
you got.
7.
All right. You hold him.
All right.
Jim is held in place.
All right. I need to do the same thing to Binwin.
All right. Binwin's upending shit. You cast the spell again. Binwin, make a wisdom saving throw.
I got a high wisdom, guys.
Ooh.
And Ben,
17.
And Jim, you get to make another.
Oh no,
one at
I'm
the
sorry,
end.
15. I'm a -1 wisdom.
Nope.
All right, you two are held.
And honestly, behind him, if he starts knocking over God shit,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like grabbing that vase behind him.
All right.
Like, you don't want to get on the bad side.
But
of,
nothing actually
Finding out your friends
breaks.
in the
Okay.
hospital and we just
Binwin throws stuff and you just grab it, put it down, grab it, put it down, grab it,
Right.
put it down.
I say, V, stop, don't move, put the vase back. I only have 2 of those.
No, that's cool. I'm just. Yeah,
right.
we're good.
The clerics are, since these guys are your friends, they're happy to let you get them out of here.
Okay, I tell them that I need to requisition equipment such like will communicate to Mora's will. Because
Okay.
I can feel there's an aspect of Avandrit in this god.
Yes.
Yeah, I need a shield.
You-
I need a
just
shield
figured
with
You
Tamora's
can
symbol.
hear her
you're
speaking
okay.
to you
You're
in
like,
your
Why did
head.
you lie to us about Colin?
Yes, she is speaking to you in your head, imbuing you with divine insight like you've never had before.
Okay, so do I know where the requisition shield is?
Yes, you do. And so,
That's what I
He
like is a
storms
god.
out.
What I like is a god with a sense of stock keeping,
yep. Yeah, she's on it.
a big thick ledger. That's my Bible.
Oh yeah.
Did you just switch gods?
No, not really.
Okay.
Is that good enough?
Yep.
And so you leave.
Is there any?
I like it.
Do they have any spare holy water back there?
Probably.
Just you know.
You just wish you saw the asshole who ran you over.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Haven't tried a second time. That's my position. And now I'm rolling deep with my crew.
Okay.
Right. So we know the location of this place,
Yes, you do.
the entrance to
Yes,
this
you do.
Map song.
heretofore
Yep.
unknown vault of wealth.
Yeah, in fact, Viari, when you first came to the city, you kind of checked it out. There was this abandoned shop called Lashalart's Gowns and Grimoires.
Oh yeah.
And when you sort of cut through the store, there was this little kind of patio/garden out back, kind of hemmed in by other buildings. But there is a fountain in the garden, and you believe the entrance is in the fountain.
Okay.
Man,
And nobody else found this
no
thing?
one knew about it. It's in the city.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
the place raw? Is this now a bad place? Is this like when
It
cities
is-
go wrong?
Yeah, it is a dangerous place. But you guys have already bought
We bought
Lashalart's
it.
Gowns and
We own it.
Grimoires,
Yeah.
just to lock the state down.
Perfect.
It was when the city clerk tried to figure out who owned it previously. Records were a little hazy, other than it was owned by a wizard.
Okay.
So, did he talk to you about buying this property?
We found out there was maybe an entrance here.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm starting to think that maybe we should be consulted on this kind of thing.
Well, listen. Here's the deal. It's like if I think that you will disagree with something, then I don't ask you about stuff like that. But if I think that you will agree, I don't ask you about that either, because that's just a waste of time if you're going to say yes, right?
That's true.
He's got a good
He's
point.
got a really good point.
Yeah, I mean that's my thinking. I'm just trying to save you guys time. If you'd like,
Yeah,
if
no.
you would like a policy, because we
You're
need
right.
because we need to reorder napkins, and so if you want me to,
No, I don't
Oh,
want to
geez,
be
don't
involved.
involve me on napkins.
oh, no, I
Sorry.
could, yeah, oh yeah, we
No.
need tons of napkins. I don't know.
I do not envy
Are
your
you guys?
position.
What's your position on hexagons? Because I was thinking we could kind of spice things up, and
No, it's just
I
B
mean,
had
it's
said
the
some
big-
stuff, and I thought maybe, but
Yeah, but listen, there's obviously when you get right down to it, I mean, things work the way they do for a reason, and obviously I've kept that reason incredibly mysterious, but I think that makes life better. Like I think that is exciting.
I'm not confused.
Yeah, I think it's exciting.
The
And,
stuff that V said was pretty confusing.
Yeah, it's weird, right? A lot of the stuff that he says is weird, and that's okay because he has a cool map. But
Look, all I need to know from you, honestly, is it okay to just blindly trust you?
I'm telling you this from the bottom of my heart. Now, how long have we been working together?
Well, would that I could count.
You know what I mean?
It's been more years than my fingers.
And has it worked out pretty good?
You did die.
There was the whole hiring Aophel thing.
Yeah, that was a.
Don't even get me started.
Let me tell you this much. Does he work here anymore?
No, he doesn't. You know what? I'm Team Omin again.
Yeah,
I'm back.
I think he's got our best interests at heart, or at least I choose to believe that.
Yeah. All right. Are we ready to get rich, people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Piero says, off to the adventure!
Why is he still here?
Except you. You can't come. Okay? This is not the club.
But I'm
V
the
does
only
not
one
have
who
a-
knows what time of day it is.
V does not have a +1. I mean, it isn't, you know what I mean? Like, that's the situation. Okay? All right. Listen, it's been cool. After party?
Well, I'll go if she goes. And he looks at Binwin's girlfriend.
She's not going.
Whoa.
What do you mean, whoa?
A delicate flower like her? And I hear that what they say about gnomes, you know what they say about
Yeah.
that's not true. That's an urban legend.
That is actually that is a misnomer, as they say.
That's where the word came
As
from.
they say,
Yeah.
that is actually the etymological. Thank you, V, very much. Finally, someone to appreciate my unique material.
Guys, I don't want to spread rumors, but I heard that Piero is pretty much a dick with a gnome hanging off the end of it. And I don't want to leave him with my girlfriend.
Hell, here's-
You know what? There's other girls in the mountain. There are other gems in the
Is it a
ground.
dwarven? Is it a dwarven saying?
Yeah, there are other gems there are other gems in the strata.
Other moles in the earth.
Would you say then that I am free to pursue her? I'm just checking.
I mean, is that, you know what? Listen, this definitely sounds like this sounds like an after party conversation. I have to be honest with you.
Piero, take care of her.
Well, I'm sure you will.
Keep her safe.
All right.
Keep her close. Hold her tightly. Never let her go.
All right. They leave.
You
I
have
wink
to-
at her as she goes.
Jim winks.
High five.
So should we sign something before we head down?
I don't think that's necessary. I mean, that hasn't been necessary in the past.
I've never signed anything for.
You know what? And this is how it's worked previously. And I'd be great if we could just sort of grandfather you into the sort of the existing structure.
Okay.
I have a lot of pre-signed documents to cover things like subterranean delves.
Makes it super convenient.
Oh, you wouldn't believe it. You would, because that's time that you can spend doing whatever you want to do, when you want to do it, and that's why we have the system. That's why it's in place.
Would it
And
help?
it works great. I mean, it
That's
works
my
great for
contract with
every.
Omin. He just drew a picture with a thumbs up and
Yeah.
signed it Omin.
It works great. Everyone else. I mean, how do we feel about it? Like it's great
It's
stuff,
been
right?
pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
there's been a couple times where I thought I should have gotten some money.
Like some remuneration of any kind.
Listen, V, it works like this. When you are best friends and you go on many adventures together and you
Yeah.
almost die, and sometimes you do die, and then you go to hell and you get your friends' souls back, then you earn a certain amount of trust with your employer. And when you go to a dungeon and you bring back all this amazing wealth, anytime you want to spend it, you go, you ask him if you can have a little bit of it. He says no, you cry, you argue, you ask him again. He says no a second time. Then you try to steal a little bit of money. He catches you, punishes you, you ask a fourth time, and then he gives you half of what you asked for, and you go and you buy the things you want. But you got to earn that, son.
Are you saying? Are you saying that we get to be best friends?
Well, we're all best friends here.
Yeah, that's the real treasure. We don't have to go anywhere, guys.
Because honestly, that's all that I really wanted is to be a part of this team.
Oh yeah, that's all true.
Yeah, Jim is ready to accept you as a best friend immediately.
As is Binwin. As is Binwin.
Yeah, and as our first hire, I mean, we're really excited to finally bring somebody into the fold.
He's not our first.
He's not our first. Oh.
Right.
Well, I've heard songs about some of your previous, but those weren't hires, I'm assuming, right?
No,
Because
no,
I am
interlopers.
the first.
Oh yeah, the first full true member.
And we
of the membership.
always protect our friends.
Nice straight face, Scott. Nice straight face.
Don't worry. Your safety is
Our number
safety
one
is
priority.
job one.
All right, so you guys are
It
standing.
has been 0 days.
It's our last intern death.
You are standing in front of Lashalart's gowns and grimoires. When you enter the shop, and you have the key to it, Omin, you see that it's got 2 rooms, basically. One contains dusty old shelves. You don't see any books on them anymore. The other contains some freestanding wooden mannequins.
Yeah, like a dress form type things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a couple of them still have what look like...
Are these dress
bride-
forms, or is this like when they say gowns? Like, would that terminology include something like a wizard's robe?
Yes. And in fact, on one of them, you can see what appears to be a kind of a dusty wizard's robe, and the other appears to be like a bridal gown. But
Right.
it's discolored and
Right,
kind
so
of yellow.
I directly say, Jim, don't tell me I never gave you nothing.
Is the wizard's robe nicer than the robe I have now?
It's about, well, it doesn't look like what they're wearing around the city anymore.
It's not fashionable.
It doesn't look fashionable.
Yeah, I turned my nose up at it.
It's coming back. I think that's coming back, actually. Do you see this on the sleeve? I think that's...
No, I'm not going out in that.
Yeah, moth-eaten holes are coming back.
No.
Yeah.
Nobody's
With
wearing an above the knee cape anymore.
With moths. I think moths are really into this kind of...
Before Labor Day?
No, it doesn't happen.
Here.
I'm going to case the joint.
Yeah.
I was
Like,
going to say, yeah.
there's-
I set him free.
there's somebody has stashed something
Yes,
here at some
especially in
point.
the grimoire room. I definitely... My grimoire sense is just going nuts
Okay.
in here. You'll find that I have an incredible sense for things like this.
Yeah. And through the back door, you can also see the garden patio with the fountain in it.
I'm going to go ahead and go back to the fountain.
Okay. The fountain is all dried out. There's no water in it. The centerpiece of the fountain appears to have been a figure standing. Looks like it may have been a woman, but she's been sort of sheared off from the shoulder down to the hip so that her head and most of her torso are missing. That part of the statue looks like it broke off and slipped, fell, and smashed.
But it's a clean cut?
But it looks like a clean cut. You can also see that in the part that's still remaining is a arm holding a staff.
Is there a religious connotation like this particular silhouette?
No, it looks more like an arcane, like a carving of an arcane wizard or something.
Okay,
that somebody,
it's art.
Yeah, it's art.
And it's a stone staff, I'm assuming?
Yeah,
Not,
it's a stone
okay.
staff.
But it sounds like maybe my magical lore might
Yeah,
tell me who this was supposed to be or who it was originally.
Yep.
Do you want to make a check?
please
Yeah, hit
do.
it.
Int or
Yes,
whiz?
please. Int.
16.
All right.
It's not terrible.
Yeah. It appears, based on the remaining iconography on the parts of her robe and on her staff, that she was a pyromancer.
Oh, I dated a pyromancer once. Things got a little hot.
All right. A carriage with 2 bloody wheels comes to a stop. And piling out are a number of...
out front of the...
Nope. You don't know. I'm just saying. It's a cutscene.
In the world.
Oh,
And out of this carriage comes 6 dark-clad figures wearing cowls, carrying no obvious weapons. And emerging last and kind of descending amid them is a dark-skinned man dressed flamboyantly with 2 fang-shaped blades strapped to his belt. They look around warily and then they disappear into an alley.
yeah, one is probably fine. I mean, there's still time for you to go back and change it. Maybe he only has one bang.
So that was a cutscene.
Camera pans down to the blood of Omin dripping off the wheel.
Here, no, hold on. So, and then does it pan back to where we are now? Like,
Yes.
Can we imply that was close? Because
Perhaps, yes.
All right. Well,
And so you guys are... Now, just so you know, when you first purchased this property, you kind of gave it a good once-over, so you're not expecting to find anything too...
yeah. Not anything too much, but we do have a new hire
Yes.
who I suspect has stolen 1 or 2 things.
And Jim, you look at this statue, and yeah, it seems to have all the makings of a pyromancer, although you don't know what happened to her top half.
Right.
But the staff, though made of stone, is intact, and close inspection reveals that it may have had something at the top, but is now missing. It's just
A pommel?
or some sort of ornament,
Tassel, perhaps.
Glowing crystal.
Television?
perhaps.
Is anyone out there with me in the?
Nope.
I'm out there by myself.
Yeah.
Well, the statue's also there.
Well, yeah. But
That's why there was no laughter when you gave your joke about.
yeah. But you know, the statue, no, but this is sort of to the statue just laughs.
things get a little hot, and then the illusory laugh. I said my own laugh track.
But it's oddly harsh.
Yeah.
Like inside of like a concrete shell.
Yeah.
Also, it would be coming out of her butt because she's missing her top half.
Well, that's fine.
That's fine, whatever. That's easy.
All right.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start looking around. Maybe I can find the top half and see if it's still here.
You look around, you don't find anything. When you kind of climb up onto the statuary and kind of look at the staff more closely, you see there's a hole in the top, and there's a smell coming up out of it, almost like a
Is
gas.
this thing life
Yeah.
size? Like, is it?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
life-sized.
All right. I had the wrong
There is a fuel of some kind.
Yeah.
scale in my head.
There's some sort of
But
gas.
you know what? I was going to say that the new property has gas. That's good.
Yeah, it's a kind of a foul smell though, like rotten eggs.
All right. Well, this pyromancer, I can smell gas coming out of the staff. I'm gonna try to light it.
Okay. Yeah, you can just
Yeah, a little
little
flame.
flame from your finger. Yeah, it lights up, and as soon as the staff is lit, you see the interior basin of the fountain disappear, replaced by a spiral stone staircase.
Ooh.
I'm sad. Obviously, you know, just for resale purposes, I'm sad to lose the water feature.
Yeah.
But a treasure trove is also pretty good.
Yeah. So I call to the guys and say, "Hey, stairs.
Yeah.
So like casing this place, like
Hey,
where would
stairs.
somebody
Hey,
get
stairs,
the goods?
guys.
Can I do a check for conceal, whatever?
Yep.
Yeah, give it a once over.
It's a wisdom check.
Oh!
Actually, sorry, intelligence check for searching.
Okay, well that's a crit, so I think
Excellent.
we're done with that.
Is
part.
that
I'd like
your
to
first roll?
I would like
I
to
know
start
God's
with that
name.
20. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Wow.
Congratulations, man.
Nowhere to go but down.
That's true. Yeah.
Well done.
Try to maintain crits, I would say, just throughout the game.
Okay, I'll aim for that.
All right. You find no secret compartment.
That means it is not here.
Nothing
Come
in
on, make
in
something
the
up.
in the
You know-
mannequin, a secret compartment in the mannequin, an inside
It's just a note
pocket
that
on the
says,
wedding
"Good
dress.
Good job.
Because you're good at finding things.
Yeah,
And pretty much, I walk in, I'm like, no.
You are
and just walk right
absolutely
through.
certain that there is nothing
no,
here.
it's a
In
reversible
fact-
robe. Oh!
In fact, you would go as far as to say, with your perception, that somebody went out of their way to make this as uninteresting and unremarkable a place as
Right,
possible.
Of course.
I know why.
In the other room, the grimoire,
Grimoire?
Like, row, row.
Grimoire?
anything laying around there?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a fantasy about that room too.
So grimoire is what they turn into if you feed them after midnight.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes, this is educational as well as entertaining.
That's right. That's right. Don't forget.
But clearly the path is down.
Yeah. So stairs,
All right.
I was
guys.
going to say, yeah, let's go down these stairs. I just had a premonition.
I love stairs leading down. I'm just like Binwin's favorite.
Nothing bad has ever been done.
No.
It's like some little clash.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
All right. You begin a long descent down the spiral stairs. Who's leading the way?
I'm leading the way.
All right. You got dark vision. So
Yeah,
that's good for you.
absolutely. I love to be underground.
Who's following up?
I'm okay being second.
I will be safely third.
Yeah, yeah. And
Mage
I'll
in the
follow
middle.
up.
Okay. And who's got light sources?
I can make light. I got the cantrip.
All right. What are you going to cast your light on?
I will cast my light
On your teeth.
Hey.
Close your mouth. Light goes out.
So it has to be cast on a physical object.
Yes.
All right.
Cast it on in your wand.
Yeah, I'll cast on the
Make it something
well,
small so you can hold it in your hand and put it out if you want.
Yeah.
Your wand.
Good call.
Yeah, cast it on the end of one of my wands.
All right. Right. So when you don't want anybody to see what you're doing, just grab the end of your wand.
Yeah, and including yourself.
Right.
This is going to be pretty secret. I
All
don't
right.
want to know I'm doing this.
You're descending into darkness. No clue of where you're going, but maybe you do have a clue. Eventually, after going many, many, many tens of feet underground, it does level out to a passageway.
All right.
This does not seem to surprise Viari.
past like one hallway, just leading straight ahead.
Yep.
Okay.
Is this down or in?
That is level 2.
That's two
Or,
level
sorry.
2. Where am I? Where are we coming in here?
Other map.
That is level 2. Here.
Oh, my bad.
There we go.
There we go.
Ta-da!
There we go. So that's probably
Top
in.
right.
Oh, there we go. Entrance. Labeled clearly. Entrance. with a very
No,
clearly
I can't look at it.
designated
I have to sing,
spiral.
and then when I sing, I have to. It's very difficult.
I see the map.
Do I know?
The entrance. The entrance. I see it now. I see the entrance now.
Do I know who Halaster is?
Why? That's a very interesting question. Anybody who cares to can make an intelligence check.
Not my highest stat.
13.
What flavor of lore would this be?
9.
It could be history. It could be arcane.
Forbidden?
Forbidden. I will settle on that.
Okay, I got forbidden.
All right.
And so, in this iteration, having the lore means I can take 10 on it, but I want to roll and see if I can get better.
So you always do 10? Is that the
You
thing for
you
lore?
can basically. So what that means is that you know all the basic stuff. You don't even have to roll for that.
Right, okay.
But if you're trying to really penetrate into some mystery, then you got to commit.
If you roll worse than 10, though, are you stuck with that roll, or can you take 10?
That's an excellent question. That's the sort of question I would route to a dungeon.
Because you wouldn't just like all of a sudden get super stupid, right?
No.
Nah, you hit your
No.
head on something.
I would say in this instance, since we're talking about this particular bit of lore, you would just get 10 as your minimum result.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
how'd you do? 19. Wow. How'd you do?
Only 12. I'm assuming I get an intelligence bonus?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So just 12.
Okay. Well, both of you know that Halaster is well known as the Mad Mage of Undermountain. He didn't build Undermountain, but he kind of laid claim to it after the original builders long since left. What is so funny?
We have an Undermountain, but we don't make you shop in it.
It's a joke. I don't know. That's probably not going to work for anybody. Is that right?
We have a joke where there's this. So Costco's a big deal, right? It's a warehouse where you have to shop. But for a while, there were like stores that were like, "Hey, we've got a warehouse, but we don't make you shop in it."
Oh.
And for some reason, we always thought that was hilarious. It's really just a two-person joke.
Yeah, about I don't think anyone else would like that at all.
No, but we substitute, warehouse for, hey, we've got a dungeon,
Undermountain.
but we don't make you shop in it.
Oh, all right. Next part. I guess.
Wow. But you laughed, and I immediately knew what you were laughing at.
Okay, so Halaster.
So Halaster is thought to be dead by now, but with great and powerful wizards, it's really hard to say. Nobody actually physically saw him die. You know, Omin, that it is believed that Halaster basically prophesied the coming of a terrible event called the Spell Plague. And in order to
Which happened.
which either in order to escape it or survive it, he kind of blew himself to bits and scattered his consciousness across all of Faerun.
Wizards don't die, we multiply.
Yeah. Where allegedly, according to many reports, these shards of his consciousness lodged into various people that sort of drew them back to Undermountain, almost like he was luring more adventurers back to him.
That is really
Yeah.
weird. Now, do those shards do anything else to those people?
It is unknown. They just have this unbelievable
burns
drive
when you pee.
to go into Undermountain.
It's like a peer-to-peer lich.
Yes.
Basically, his consciousness is always. Do we know what happens when two people with this shard come into contact?
Uncertain.
They have a special hug.
Yeah, they have a handshake that only they know.
You heard that in barroom chatter and whatnot, that people who were drawn to Undermountain would go through sort of great expense. They'd get adventuring parties to take them down there.
It's like
the whole
cordyceps
business.
or something, right?
Yeah.
It makes them behave in these totally nutty ways.
And oddly enough, none of them ever returned.
Yeah, so
I
weird.
was guessing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'm assuming the Mad Mage did not imply that he was just an angry fellow, right?
No, he was batshit crazy.
Yeah, he was like frothing around and...
Yeah.
Okay.
And those who have records of other levels of Undermountain say that there's a lot of bizarre stuff down there that's attributed to him.
I will...
Things that make sense only to a nonsensical mind.
Like weird folk EPs,
Yep.
that kind of stuff. Okay.
Yeah, exactly that.
I will draw my weapons.
Okay. The other thing that you know about Halaster is that the way he's always been portrayed is as kind of the typical old wizard, sort of hunched over with staff, robes, white beard, scraggly
Like the
white
archetype.
hair. The archetype, yeah. He's
The
always been depicted that way.
anti-Elminster.
You got it.
Okay, so obviously it's been a lot of fun talking about Halaster, but why did you mention it?
I suspect that he is going to be maybe around.
Yeah.
Funny you should
Oh,
say
yeah?
that.
Okay.
As you come out of the hallway into your first chamber,
You see Halaster.
you see Halaster.
Really?
You do.
Just to mention.
You step into a chamber
Since we're-
that's rectangular. It's about 60 feet deep and about 40 feet across. And at one far end of the room, you see a statue of the archetypal wizard.
See, that's better.
Yeah.
And it is, this statue is actually painted, so it does look like a rather genuine likeness at first, but of course it's frozen in place. You also see what appears to be a live raven perched on top of his stone staff.
Ooh, dark wings, dark tidings.
And it caws at you. Like that.
I speak, guys, it's okay. I speak crow.
No, I literally speak crow.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm going to speak crow.
What?
I'm not making a joke.
I thought you were just going to write it down on your sheet, like
No.
under languages.
Crow.
Yeah, crow, caterpillar,
Yes.
cat. I hold the shield up
Oh, yeah.
so that this bird knows that we are here under the auspice and protection of Tamora.
The bird?
All right.
I go, bird, get out of here. Shoot.
No.
Flaps its wings.
What the hell is this bird doing here, guys?
No. Shh. Jim, hold on a second.
Shoot.
No, that's the opposite. I want you to that.
Then it says, I'm here to help.
Whoa! I speak crow too, I guess.
Guys, I can understand crows.
So, to help who?
You.
In what way?
I know things.
Like what?
Like how to speak. That's
No,
what
I taught him that.
You did?
Yeah.
What?
He says, like before he died, Halaster built an ark.